Good morning. Let's get this party started. Woo! Welcome, everyone. My name is Brenda Leeks. I am head of school at Seattle Girls School. Thank you. I am so excited to see you all here today for the official opening of our brand new building. Yeah, we can clap it up for that. So the mission at Seattle Girls School is to inspire and develop courageous leaders who think independently, work collaboratively, learn joyfully, and champion change. And you all are a part of how we bring our mission to life because you form the community that surrounds each and every one of our students. You are our mission, and I just want to thank you for all the support that you've given us over the last 20 years of our school's history, for being here with us to celebrate this really momentous moment today. It means a lot to our entire community to see you all here. We have over 400 people registered to come through today, and I think it's important that we know who is here. So let's see. Let's hear from all of our current and alum students. Let's give a shout and a cheer for all of our current alum students. Okay, they're so shy. They're like, hey. How about our current and alum families? So all the adults. Yes. Current and former faculty and staff. So many of you here today. Yes. Current and former trustees and advisory board members. We see you. Thank you for all the work that you have done. And then we have so many community members and neighbors here today. Can we just give a loud applause and thank you to all of our new neighbors. Woo, we love you. Thanks for putting up with 18 months of construction. Woo! They're like, she is loud. We are loud. This is how it's going to be every day, hearing the kids cheering and cheering. We've had a lot of support from the community, and I just want to acknowledge a couple of elected representatives who are here with us today, which is like amazing, right? Seattle Girls School students, I want you to see this. People believe in you. They believe in your voice. They believe in your power. They were like, we want to come and see these future leaders and open this building. So thank you so much to Mayor Bruce Harrell for being here with us today. Thank you. It means a lot. And also we have from the Washington 37th Legislative District, Representative Kristen Harris Talley here with us today. Yes. Oh, back there. I'm like, where's she? I know I saw her hand somewhere. Over here. Thank you. And we're looking forward to deepening our relationships with NAM, with the Urban League, with the Children's Play Garden, with the Japanese Presbyterian Church, and all of the amazing social organizations that are here doing good work for the people of our community. So before we can officially call this our home, we want to take a moment and acknowledge all of the people who have called this place home before us. Because in order for us to settle our roots here, we have to honor and be thankful for the legacy of the people who've come before us. To help us do that, we have some special guests, and I want to introduce SGS faculty member Luz Vaminda Uzuri Carpenter, known as Miss Lulu to us, who has been with SGS for almost, we on 7 years? Did we say 7 years? 9 years. One of those. 7 years. We said 7 years. She's been here for 7 years, but she's been out in the community advocating, organizing, and celebrating for her entire life. Thank you for helping me welcome Miss Lulu.
For the students, this is the mic from our mic from PMA. So for my students, I just want to ask you, remember, stepping into your courage zone. This is Miss Lulu stepping into her courage zone. So give me good energy. Thank you. So I'm going to read the two bios of the two fabulous community members, Sweetwater and Omi, who have been doing work in our community for a very, very long time. They're healers, and I'm just very honored that they're here, and that's why I'm really nervous, because they're very important to me. And so it's an honor that we're not just going to do a land and labor acknowledgement, but we're going to be in relationship with these two women and supporting the work that they do. So Sweetwater Nunchuck is Tlingit, Haida, and Sinhani. Director of Idle No More Washington, Sweetwater is an Idle No More activist who advocates for the protection of the fragile environment of the Northwest Coast, tribal sovereignty rights, and the traditional way of life of Native people. She conducts Idle No More, decolonizing our activism, Fragile No More, reclaiming our healthcare, and Native youth workshops in a respectful way that is both healing and empowering. November 10th, 2022 is the 10th anniversary of Idle No More. Since then, Idle No More Washington has presented at over 200 events, keynote speaking, workshops, and nonviolent direct action that addresses local and global issues. She went to Washington, D.C. to lobby to protect the Arctic and organize Shell No More actions in Seattle and Anchorage when President Obama was here. She helped organize the Paddle to Standing Rock in September 2016 and was featured in the annual Seattle Weekly Best of Seattle 2015 Best Activism Idea. Let's give it up for Sweetwater. And Omi. Omi is a graduate of Inversion's Institute for Spiritual Development in Silver Spring, Maryland, where she studied spiritual life development under the guidance of Ivana Van Zandt. She is an initiate senior priest in the West African indigenous tradition of Ifa, meaning the wisdom of nature. She is in leadership through the Obafemi Institute for the Divine Study of Ifa, based in Houston, Texas, and is also in Seattle chapter OIDSI. She was initiated into the priesthood in Odi, Remo, Ogun State, Nigeria in 2010. She is currently co-executive director of Gathering Roots Wellness and Retreat Center in Auburn, Washington. And she leads Sunday Service, which is a spiritual gathering to create fellowship, community, and healing of a spiritual level. Also known as the spiritual curator, Omi brings many gifts, spiritual tools, and workshops to help clients with their personal transformation. Her collection of healing tools and modulates is vast, and she supports clients on their path with loving kindness and no judgment. Omi assists clients in getting an understanding of their own energy and healing. Presently, she is a priest and energetic healing practitioner, meditation guide, teacher, healing, and spiritual guide, but mostly she's the godmother of many former SGS students, Bug, as well as the chosen mom, or also what we call second mom, as well as a food lover. And so we really honor that Omi's here today. Please give it up to Omi. And at this time, I'm honored to bring Sweetwater to the stage.
Gnostish di Kiam Kawu, Gnostish Hashagania, Gnostish Hashduka, Yayagi, Waeach Sati, Ikat Tukatan. Kinoxin you hut do a sak, Gishbuwada Ayakhat, Kiksari Yadi Hatsati, Sit Koedida Chkank, Afif, Yehyadi Klan Nanya East, Akin Kwan Ayakhat. It is a good day that we can gather here together in a good way. I acknowledge our Creator, Great Spirit, and our ancestors. My name is Sweetwater Nanak. I'm from the Killer Whale clan of the Tsimshian Nation from Alaska. My father is from the Raven Frog clan of the Tlingit Nation, and I am the grandchild of the Glacier People clan. My great-grandmother was a precious grandchild of the Nanyayi from Stikeen Kwan. So it's an honor to be here today and to see all of you here to open this house up in a good way for our young people. And I just want to acknowledge, when I go a lot on the canoe journey, when we come into another people's territory, we acknowledge our connections and ties with them. I have ancestors who went to boarding school down in Chamala. One of my relatives married a Duwamish woman. So we have relatives in this area. And so I want you to remember as you go to this school to learn more about the people who loved and cherished these lands, who are the stewards of these lands. People of the Inside Place, the Shilshol people, the Lakes people. It was not always just the Duwamish. I hear that many times non-natives saying that. But remember, there's other people, but they are related. And when they were forced to be removed from this area, They're forced often to reservations, forced off to Muckleshoot, to Layla, Snoqualmie. Some went up to Lummi, over to also to the Clearwater place, the Suquamish. So I encourage you to look more into this. In the work that I do in giving workshops, I always tell people to look into the land. What happened to the people that lived on there's over 13 villages in this area. And their spirits are still here with us. So I just lift up my hands to you. We say we honor you and honor these young people who are be going here and learning. You're our future leaders. So, it gives me hope for the future. And that's why I do a lot of my work for the young people. So I thank you for inviting me to share a few words and acknowledge the original stewards of this land. Thank you. We couldn't have done it without you.
Just these, right? Oh, this is so cool. Good morning. So like my friend Brenda here, I'm a little loud. So neighbors, good morning. Good morning. Right? This is a beautiful day, beautiful Seattle day, right? My name is Omitosin. I am a priest in the Yoruba tradition called Ifa, which means the wisdom of nature. I am Nigerian by descent. I am also Lenape, Choctaw, and Cherokee from the northeastern Ohio tribe that descended from the Delaware tribe. I wrote a speech, but we are here today to create sacred space. That's what this is. This land that we're standing on, this community that we're a part of, is sacred space. The history of this actual plot of land, I'd learned this recently. This land is always given to the community, whether it were incarcerated people looking for new hope, whether it were people that needed food, or this land was created to serve the community. So it's apropos that we are connected here today to gather in this space to create the sacredness that will now be Seattle Girls School. We're here to honor the ancient ones that came to create and forge this land into what it is now. I've lived in Seattle for 30 years. I left Seattle in 2009 to take a journey for myself, to learn a higher version of myself, to connect with my ancestors. I went to Nigeria to connect with my ancestry there. And then I lived in Houston, Texas, and I served that community in the Ifa traditions and the ways of the African people. And I was called to come back home. My son called and said, "Mom, our community, our people, our family, the babies, they all need you in this community." So here we are. Today is a very special day. I have many bonus babies that have gone to Seattle Girls School. Bug, who y'all may know as Amma. Sydney, where's Sydney? Sydney, Teme, Wakoma, and I could name other babies, but those are my babies that were here. So I know how Seattle Girls School operates and moves. And I want to take you guys back to a time when you were in middle school. Do y'all remember? I know I'm old. I don't remember middle school very well, but just think about the newness. And when girls come to middle school, it's a trying time. It's a trying time to learn about the newness of self and your identity and who you are and who you can grow to be and what you can do and all of the things. And then the hormones kick in and you're like, who am I really? What's really going on? And you learn to become an adult in this society, in this community that we're in. So think about the realization of your place in community. That's what Seattle Girls School is. It's a place where these young girls are going to learn to be young women, to be able to, and now, just to make sure I'm clear about there's a non-binary, there's a whole new identity that women are and girls are coming into to learn a better version of themselves, right? So this sacred space that we're opening up today is going to be a place for imagination and ingenuity and love and kindness and nurturing and ideas and the fight to continue to build this community, to build ourselves on a higher level of existence. So in my tradition, I don't want to take too much longer, we do what's called libations. We pour libations, we pour out water. My name is Omi, which means water. Pouring libations is a way of cooling the land, blessing the land, inviting the benevolent spirit into the land to bless it. So we're here to bless this land today, right? So, in my tradition, when we do ceremony, one, we wear all white to bring in the clarity and the purity of the space that we're building. And two, we say Ashe. So I want y'all to say it with me. I know we're not all African, but indulge me. Say Ashe. 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 Y'all can say it louder than that. Ashe. This is a celebration. Ashe. Ashe. Did I blow out the mic? Ashe. 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 So, in the fullness of the tradition, we pour libation on the land, on the ground. I'm going to say a prayer in Yoruba. You're not going to know what I'm saying, but I'm blessing this space. I'm bringing it to create community, to create love, create foundation, to create wealth, prosperity, abundance, and all of the good things that our ancestors who forged this land wanted us to create. Omi tutu, ile tutu, tutu ori, tutu egun, tutu kind spirits. We give thanks and praise to all of those who came to forge the way for us today. We give thanks for those ancestors that came to bless us, to make the sacrifices so that we could be here today to build this sacred space. For the girls who come, may they continue to be blessed. May their ancestors walk with them. May they continue to be a blessing to the community, to their families, and to their self. We give thanks and praise to the ancestors who built Seattle. We give thanks to those Coast Salish, Duwamish, all of the tribes, all of the East Africans and West Africans, all of the Europeans, all of the people that came here to make this place what it is today. We give thanks and praise to Seattle's Girls School for having a bigger vision than the corner on Jackson and Jackson and Martin Luther King. Thank you. We give thanks and praise for those who had the ingenuity, the wherewithal to build something better for girls in our community. Ashe. 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 Give thanks.
Hello, my name's Liz Marzoff, and I represent the Seattle Girls Schools trustees as our chair. So welcome everyone. It's been like a reunion out here because this is actually my second stint on the board. I was on the board for 9 years. Yes, and I rejoined because I wanted to help make this happen. I wanted to be part of it. And so thank you for being here today and helping us celebrate this momentous occasion. So if you look back at the MLK in Jackson, I had that privilege of watching that grow and evolve, from seeing our space along Jackson grow and get a little bit more purple. If you remember, it kept getting more purple, right? Our connections with the community, the local community, deepened over that time. Our creativity and how to use our resources and space to create that Seattle Girls School secret sauce blossomed. We had to be very creative at times. And our goats came and went. We got to talk about the goats, right? A lot of people remember that. So those experienced learning and memories are what informed what you'll walk through today. And so I hope you'll see some of that creativity and scrappiness and love for space and community when you walk into this building later. And I know I'm standing between you and that. However, we have some thank yous to do because there were a lot of people involved. Walking around today and talking to many of you and telling me stories about, like, there were a couple of board members who spent every Saturday for a year trying to find a location, right? So there are a lot of people involved in this, so I want to make sure we do justice to all of them. So first, our trustees, both current and former, who represent community members, current parents, alum parents, and alums, too, in fact, which is fantastic. We have a couple here. 4 years ago, you had to make a big decision. We were 18 years in a rented space. Our lease was set to expire. And we need to decide, do we renew, or do we take that giant leap forward to find us a permanent home to serve students for generations to come? You were brave, you had faith, you had vision, you had the courage to vote yes in that meeting, which I'm sure was both frightening and exhilarating at the same time. And you took bold action. And so we want to thank you for doing that. Our design committee and our key partners, I see some of them here today. Wow. They worked tirelessly, collaboratively, very creatively during a pandemic behind the scenes. They were involved in every decision when you walk through, from outlets, where they are, how many we have, colors, materials. I'm probably bringing back some memories of long discussions, right? They were involved in all of it. They spent countless hours looking at design drawings, spreadsheets, right? Engaging our faculty, staff, and students in collecting feedback. Your incredible work, we're so appreciative of, and we hope you're as proud of what we accomplished together as I know I am. Our campaign committee, or campaign cabinet. You remember when I said we had to raise a lot of money, right? That was the big piece. They made it happen. They worked a lot of house parties, a lot of emails, a lot of individual conversations over many hours and days and weeks and months. And they had fortitude and dedication. We want to thank you. Brenda and Lexi. And I know Brenda's here, and I know Lexi's somewhere out here. So every successful endeavor requires a conductor or two. They guide, they empower, they occasionally have to console, and they certainly inspired. They were our conductors throughout this entire journey, and we just want to thank you. We know it wasn't easy, and at times it was probably quite daunting, but they guided us through with the speed bumps along the way, with grace, humor, and occasionally some singing. I'm looking at Brenda. So we want to thank you. Our community, staff, and faculty. So students, I'm going to talk about the staff and faculty first. You are the heart and soul, and I see some folks that were here for a few years and no longer, but they came back for today. There's some faculty and staff that have been with us this whole journey, and there's some of our newer folks all here. You model our mission every day for our students, for each other, and for our community. Your input in this design was amazing. You know, we've always said, and I'm sure I'm looking at Asha as you do tours, we've always said it's not what happens, it's not the campus, it's what happens within the campus that matters. But we are so thrilled we now have an outstanding space for you to do this outstanding teaching you do every day. So thank you. A couple more left. Community, all of you, your trust and faith in us over the last 20 years, we can't even begin to express our appreciation for. Because of you, our generations of middle school girls and non-binary students will have the space they need to fully connect to their own potential, promise, and possibility. Thank you. And finally, students, current alums, let's hear it. Woo, where are you? You are why we are all here. You motivate us. We can't even begin to imagine the impact that you're going to have in the world and the way that's going to multiply for years to come. You're involved in all parts of this, through the design or being on the campaign cabinet. Your fingerprints are all over this space, and we wouldn't want it any other way. So thank you. This is your space. Fill it up. Thank you.
Okay, we are about to cut the ribbon. But before we do, I want to give you a few logistical pieces of information. So once we cut the ribbon, the building will be open and you will be welcome to go in. It's a self-guided tour, so there's signs around and some information and stuff posted. There will also be people, faculty and staff, who can help you answer questions and show you the way if you're like, what's that about? So feel free to engage with the people that you see in the building. And then we have a special treat to say thank you at the end as you're leaving, so make sure that you stop back by the registration table to grab a special 20th anniversary cookie on your way out. So I just wanted to, there's a cookie. Very exciting. So before we cut the ribbon, Omi is going to close us out. Sweetwater, I'm sorry. Omi's not singing, she could.
All right, I just wanted to sing a song. It's called the Women's Warrior Song. And this song was composed by Martina up in First Nations. And it was honor of the murdered and missing women. Over 1,200 and probably more women have gone murdered and missing. And Seattle has the highest rate in the country of murdered and missing women. But also it's a warrior song too for us as we continue to fight for our rights and for our young people here. So I'll sing this song, and the first round it's a prayer song, but the first round is for the life givers. The second round is for our loved ones and dear ones. The third round is for our ancestors, and the fourth round is for Mother Earth. Then the last round is for all of us. And then, so the last round, I'll put up my hand and quit drumming, and you all can join me in putting your hands up when we get to that point, okay? And then I'm going to end with our Tlingit Warrior chant that we do on Canoe Journey. It's called the Hoo-Ha. And it's a way we encourage each other to keep going, to be strong, don't give up. And all it is, it's really simple. I just yell out, Hoo-Ha! And you all will repeat after me and give it all you got like you mean it, okay? Time to warrior up here. 3 times. Then on the 3rd time you can yell and holler and clap and get all crazy like that, all right? Then we can cut the ribbon and end this in a good way, all right? Okay. Yeah, yeah, All right. Hoo-ha! 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 Woo!
students who are gonna help us cut this ribbon. We got the scissors and everything.
No, you're not gonna cut it. You're not a student here yet.
Malika,
Yeah.
Chloe, Madrona, let's do it.
Careful.
Okay. Say your name.
Hi, I'm Chloe. I use her pronoun going into 7th grade.
Jonah, I'm going into 7th grade. I use she, her pronouns. 6th grade, sorry.
Hi, I'm Malika. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm going into 6th grade.
Okay, here are the scissors. You guys, we're gonna get you right in the middle there. Come around, all three of you, somebody can put your hands on the top and then the bottom. There you go. Okay, so you gotta open it. All right, we're gonna count down from 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Welcome home. The building is open. Please go in and explore. You can go through the front door or the side door. Welcome, welcome, welcome.